Electronics Hour is if you get those robocalls, I know we all get them, right? You answer the phone, somebody's calling me. It's kind of exciting when somebody calls you. It's like getting a you know, a card in the mail, right? Somebody's calling me, somebody's thinking about me. You pick it up, they're trying to sell you something, you get that little pause, and then it's some robocall. And if you get a lot of those on your landline, there's really no way to protect yourself from those. You put yourself on the no call list, they get around it somehow. They cannot get around your brand new AT&T call blocker. This is the AT&T 5-handset cordless phone system. This is smart call block. So this actually acts like your own personal secretary. And you are, is what they say, like kind of like in LA, like at the agencies. People come in and they're like, and you are, I'll see if they're in. That's kind of what it's like. Not quite so snotty. $99.99 for your own personal secretary that determines if this is a call worthy of your time or not, without even ringing it. You don't have to push a button. You don't have to say, I don't want to take that call. It knows. We have two beautiful colors. There's the rose gold and there's the champagne, and you're getting 5 handsets for under $100. It's $20 interest free, any major credit card, a couple minor ones. We're gonna ship it to you for free, and Bill Duggan is here. Now, I would answer the call. I would answer the phone if you called me.
I would hope so.
But there are a lot of people that I really don't want to
Well, that's just it. Once they're in your directory and they're approved, they don't get screened. But it's those unwanted, unsolicited calls, which is the #1 complaint to the Federal Trade Commission, are people who are getting those unwarranted calls. We sign up for those do not call lists and all that, but guess what? It is easier for a company to set up a robocall situation where they will dial 1,000 numbers a minute, and eventually someone picks up that phone. Because no one ever follows through in terms of, you know, going after, why are you calling my house? So what AT&T has done is they've answered our 2 biggest complaints. We wanted better audio, so you're getting a better audio, better connection, better range, which is important, but then you're also getting a smart call blocking system. And so what you have to think about is, what does that mean? We've heard of call blocking before. And normally, like, if the phone rings and I have to block the call, I have to go back to the base station, that one place I can block it. I have to go back to that one little red button that I paid extra for to block the call. What you're gonna notice is I'm gonna actually call the house right now. I'm gonna be that robocaller, and what you're gonna hear is what they would hear on the other end of the phone. So I'm calling the house, and you notice I'm ringing your house. But if you notice, your home phones are not ringing.
Hello, calls to this number are being screened by smart call.
It's still not ringing.
Please say your name after the
It's pre-screening the call. Roof repair.
Please wait a moment.
Because what you're noticing, a robocall cannot even identify itself.
Right.
If it is someone who can get through that part, it will ring the house. You hear it is, it'll say that recorded name I just did. Oh, I'm gonna let it go to voicemail. Or maybe it was like, it's the grade school, it's the doctor. And so what that allows it to do, more importantly, if that was a robocall, you have silence throughout your house, which is so important. I set this up for the holidays for my mom, and I gotta tell you, she was not excited about the champagne color she got. She was more excited that during dinner, the phone didn't ring. Because it's inevitable you're gonna get that call when you least want it.
Right.
I mean, it's a way of people doing business, but it's also a way of disturbing us. So you said it perfectly. That pre-screened call is like having that assistant. So, you know, your receptionist answers the phone and like, oh, we're not interested, because it knows it's an unwarranted call. Right. Can block and screen up to 1,000 phone numbers, has a nice vibrant LED screen so you can see what's going on. All those different phone numbers are within reach. You can access your voicemail, digital voicemail, and even the footprint of the base station is a smaller compact model, yet you're getting better range. So here's the base station, and I don't know if you can notice, it is a tight little footprint. You still have your digital answering machine, which is great, better range, because remember, what are the 2 complaints everyone wants? Is unwanted calls blocked, taken care of, and then better range. So you have that DECT 6 audio. So
you can walk into the backyard, or you can walk into the garage.
And you've said it perfectly too. You have 5 additional handsets. So what does that mean? You have your base station, then you can have one in the kitchen, you can have one on his and her side of the bed if you'd like, or even out next to you and when you're watching TV, the man cave, because all of these bases only just need a plug, so power, that's all.
Remember when fancy hotels were had phones in the bathroom?
Ooh, yes,
I was like,
fancy.
Why? I don't want to talk to anybody in the bathroom.
I remember back in the day.
You'd never miss the call.
My grandfather had like this 150-foot phone cord so we could take the phone all the way out to the pool so we wouldn't miss a phone call. And
now you can do that. that,
And that's
though.
really where you want range. Actually, what we did for my mom is we set it up. She's in an in-law unit, but it's out way in the back.
Right.
We don't need a landline or anything out there because we have this in the base station. We just gave her one of these, so now she can make her landline calls and all that. But more importantly, that main number, which we've had in the family for years, everyone puts it down as the home phone number, gets all the solicitation calls. We don't get them anymore.
That's really incredible. Today, it's $30 off, and you can get it home for $20 interest-free on any major credit card, a couple minor ones. If you want to use your PayPal or you want to use your debit card, but after 5 payments, it's completely yours. Now, we'll send it to you after that very first $20, and you get to experience it and see if you love it. Within that first 30 days, if you're not ecstatically happy, you're always welcome to send it back. We're going to ship it to you on our dime, and after that first $20, it's yours. So get on your phone, whatever phone that is. It can even be a cell phone right now, landline. Give us a call. Talk to one of our representatives. You can go to hsn.com. You can even go to the HSN app. You just download that real quickly on your tablet or your phone, and then you can get shopping. You're going to be able to see in person, too, the champagne or the rose gold. I have never seen a rose gold telephone. It's so pretty.
HSN and AT&T made that happen for us. Caller ID, which is important, announces it. Digital answer machine.
Hi, Bill. It's Becca. I just wanted to call and see how your holidays.
I'll have to call her back. Nice and loud. Why is that important? I can hear it whether, you know, I'm making dinner or sitting on the couch. So it has caller ID, digital answering machine, and one thing that's really important too, you see the footprint of this? It's a lot smaller, so it doesn't take up a lot of space in terms of your base station. But that voicemail, I don't have to run all the way back to the base station to listen to it. I can listen to it from any handset, because maybe I keep one out in the garage, maybe one is in that in-law unit. These also can be operated as an intercom system or a walkie-talkie system throughout the house. And so we've talked about the
So
smart...
they don't even have to be on the base to be able to call, what, like another phone or something?
Correct. So I can actually do push to talk right over here, which actually acts as a walkie-talkie. So I can hold this down. It'll activate the push to talk system throughout the house. Dinner's ready. We're getting feedback because all of our handsets are right next to each other. But more importantly, you're gonna be able to communicate that way or via an intercom. I mean, it's just an elevated system. So we talked about the smart call blocking, which is important. But let's talk about the better audio. Then the second complaint. What does that mean? Normally people are getting interference, it's crackling, it's dropping out, or we can only get so far away from our base station. With DECT 6 technology from AT&T, you have less interference from all the other channels that are circulating around our house, whether it's the Wi-Fi, the microwave, you have better range, and you have high definition audio. And if you can see the buttons on here, they're all backlit, which is great and convenient, easy to operate and navigate, easy to see what's going on your screen. And remember how I was saying, like, we missed that one call, I wanna get my voicemail? I don't have to run back to the base station. I go right over here to my menu, play that voicemail. It's gonna take me 10 new messages. I can turn up the volume if I'd like or whatever, but more importantly, I'm not having to run all the way back to the base station. Everything's right on here.
Nice.
I even have call blocking. If a call does get through, I can still block it.
So maybe it's from a certain call that, it wasn't a robocall, but it was a call you don't want it, and you can block it to 1,000. This is the champagne color, which is the most limited. I think we started with about 3,300. We only have about 400 remaining for the entire year. How's that? This is the last day.
This is it,
of the entire year. But really that's an amazing limited. We started out with other colors. We now have rose gold and champagne gold, beautiful colors, but know that the champagne is the most limited. This is a great way to be able to update your system. Maybe you've got phones and you can't see the numbers, or they don't light up, or you can't turn off the ringer when you want. It certainly doesn't act as your receptionist for you and stop those robocalls, because this is the only phone system that we have here at HSN that will do that for you. There are some that you can physically block. There are some that you can actually get a button that will block. This is the only one that does it for you. And AT&T, of course, is one of the original names in telephone. You don't have to have an AT&T service. You can have whatever service you have in your landline. It's just the AT&T quality in the phone. This is a great opportunity for you to get. And it's a big customer pick. And Bill, some of the things that made this a customer pick were how easy it was to use. You just plug it right in. How you only have to have one actual landline.
Correct, plugged in.
Plugged in, right? The rest of them just plug into a regular outlet, and how easy it is to see the numbers.
And how easy it is to block those calls. That is the #1 complaint. Remember, it's better audio, which you're gonna get because it has that DECT 6 technology, but it's those unwarranted calls. Only AT&T offers that smart call blocking. And what does that mean? It pre-blocks the calls before they ring your house, before they bother you during dinner time. They know when we're home for some reason, and it's always the worst time. Can block up to 1,000 calls, which is a huge. We've also had other phones at, 20 20, 30 numbers, 50 numbers maybe, 1,000, that is heaven, because that's gonna give you nice peace and quiet. And you know, you can easily unblock a number too, but we're gonna show you again how it doesn't even ring the house. Because yes, there's times when someone gets through, maybe it's, you know, someone you don't want to talk to anymore, it's the bully on the playground, it's, you know, an old doctor you don't want to talk to anymore, you can block them manually, but it's the pre-blocking that really is phenomenal. I'm gonna call the house right now. You're gonna hear it ringing on my end, but what you're gonna notice is my phone's, it's ringing. I'm calling your house. I'm that robocall waiting for you to pick up.
Hello, calls to this number are being screened by smart call block.
Look at that. It's not ringing the house.
After the tone.
A robocall cannot say their name because it takes a while for them to pick up. So it's not gonna be able to identify himself. So guess what? It never rang the house.
And it also
pre-screened.
doesn't tell you, like, how do you know that it's screening? Like, because it doesn't ring.
You did see it light up a little bit. I'll make that call again. So you see it's actually, again, not gonna ring the house, but you notice it's getting engaged.
Hello, calls to this number.
See, it's actually saying it's being screened by smart call blocking. So you kind of might be able to be like, okay, a call might come through. But no, remember that robocall can't get through. It's grandma. Or grandpa.
Wait a moment while you're...
And the thing is just, you know, grandma doesn't have to go through this process every time. The kids don't go through this process every time. Because once they're in your directory and all that. Oh. Oh, it's grandma, I gotta pick up that call, so I go and run and grab the phone. But more importantly, what you notice, the calls that you want to get through are gonna get through. And so that's the other important thing, like you mentioned at the beginning. When the phone rings, it's like getting that package in the mail. It's like, oh, someone's calling me, I can't wait to talk to them. But when it's the letdown of a solicitation, so when you know and you hear your phone ring, you know it's been pre-screened, you know it's gonna be someone of interest because it's not a solicitation, not that robocall, and you can enjoy better audio and not be bothered by a solicitation. You also mentioned maybe you have that old phone that you can't turn off the ring or anything. All the controls that are normally at a base station are on each handset. There's even a quiet mode, which I appreciate, so I can come right down here and put it in quiet. So maybe it's nap time, everyone's asleep, so I can just put on quiet mode so it won't ring the whole house. You have your call block button, speakerphone, which is great. I want you to realize it also has that intercom system, which I think is just really phenomenal. So you can set it up to call like just the kids up in their bedroom. So yes, the kids can have it, but it's, you know, for intercom purposes.
Or you've got a workshop or a, you know, a back room or something like that. That's great.
So you can just call the kitchen, Mom, what's for dinner? Just call everyone in the office, get down here. So you can really customize this to your heart's content. And you said it why it's customer pick. Remember, it pre-blocks the calls. It has better audio, better lights. The call blocking system is very easy to set up. There's voice prompts, so really AT&T wants you to succeed, and that's a huge reason why it's a customer pick.
Yeah, you know, I want 2019 to be your happiest, most joy-filled year of all. So if there's something in your life that bugs you, do like me, make your New Year's resolution to just get rid of the stuff that's slowing you down, that makes you irritated. All those little things add up. Robocalls are right at the top of everybody's list. Nobody wants those calls that you pick up the phone and it's like, you wait, and then they start to try to sell you something or they try to talk you into a timeshare. Whatever it is, just no time for that in 2019. For $20, we're gonna ship this to you on our dime, and you can just choose champagne, most limited, or that really pretty rose gold as well. Thank you so much, Bill. We're saving $30 just for today on a big customer pick.
It's AT&T, man. It's that technology of smart call blocking, and they're the only ones that offer it.
I love it. It's that, and you,
exactly.
Can I program it to say that? And you,
and you want to speak to whom? You're giving me those LA days, like totally.
All right, thanks so much. We're gonna take a really quick break. We'll be right back with a beautiful computer.
Worry about